Hello and welcome to the QRECT Virtual Classroom application demo. I'm Ethan Mayo and I'm going to show you how easy it is to create tests and keep track of the grades for your students and things like that. So I'm going to log in here, and this is like an overview of all the classes that you are either registered to or that you've created. So all these classes that have these icons here, like Gradebook and Edit, those are the ones that I've actually created, and the other ones are just classes that I'm registered for. Another cool thing is this search bar up here. It makes it really easy to narrow down, like if you want to narrow down by CSE classes, you could easily do that really quickly because it's like a client-side filtering thing that AngularJS has. So we'll go ahead and click create, and all that's required for a class name is just, or for a class to be created is just a name for the class and a password. And the password just is basically something that allows only certain students to access the test. And when you specify the, or not the test, but the class, and if you specify the start date and end date, it kind of gives a date range that the class is active, so that students can actually come in and take activities and stuff. So we'll go ahead and click on for this class, so that just turns the class on so that other people can register for your class, basically. And then it takes us to this categories page where we can see all the categories we have and the roster for which students are in our class. So I'll click create new, and it'll pop up a little dialog here where we can specify the weight of the category and the name, and I can click edit and it'll bring up the same exact dialog, so I can easily fix any problems with what I typed in. So then if I click details, it takes me to the activities page, and this is where you create individual assessments. So I'll say this is midterm 1, and it'll just create the activity there, and it'll bring us to the activity builder where we can add questions and things like that. So the first thing I'll do is click settings so I can specify a password for the activity, and that's important so that only the students who are in the class can take the exam. And then I'll specify this active date range, so if a student that tries to take the exam and it's outside of the date range, then it's not going to allow them to take it. So and then I'll just put in a random description here. You don't need a description, but it's there if you want to make some notes about your activity. So this is the activity overview page, and I'm going to come back to this because I don't have any questions yet. So all you got to do is just click add question there, and you can type in any question you feel like, basically. So I'll just say, what is your favorite color? And I'll say free response for this one, because that could be a lot of different things. And so you could just list all the types of answers that you would accept, basically, for this particular question. And then if you wanted to delete an answer, you just click the X on the side there, or click this button, the delete question button, if you want to just delete the whole question. But I'll go ahead and add a few more questions here. Add a numeric question and multiple choice question. So we have like 4 different question types, and they pretty much cover everything that you would want to do. So for multiple choice, it just means that there's one correct answer, and you can specify that by checking the box here. So then we'll just do one more, and it'll be a multi-select. So if you have more than one answer that needs to be selected, then you can count both of them as being correct. So just count these 2 as being correct. So great. So we'll save this activity, and we'll go ahead and log into a different account where I'll register for a class that I've already created and go ahead and take an activity. So this, once again, this is the activity like overview page, and it shows you which questions are in the activity, and it highlights in green the ones that are correct. So go ahead and log out of this and log into my other account here, and you can see that I've created a class, but I am not registered to any classes. So I'll click register, and I'll go down to CSCE 240, which is the particular class that I prepared, and type in the class password, which is password, very, very secure. So we'll go in here and click the class and then the category, and we see the activity that I created. So I'll click this little icon that says take exam, and it'll bring me to the activity builder. And right here you just have to type in the password for the exam before you can start. So type in the password, and it says what is the capital of the state of South Carolina. So this is a multiple choice question, and I think it's Columbia, so we'll put Columbia for that one. Oops, it looks like I just went ahead. I skipped a question, and that's the great thing about the back button. This question is, what is 2 plus 2? I mean, it's pretty simple, so I'll just put 5 so it's wrong, so we can see how the grading works. And which two of the following colors combine to form green? Blue and yellow. And what is the capital of the state of North Carolina? It's Raleigh, but I will type it in kind of a little bit misspelled there and see what happens. So we'll submit that and go ahead and log back into the other account that owns the class, and I can see by just clicking the class, then the category, then the activity, I can get this different view here of what kind of like on average for the whole class, how many points are being received for each of these questions, and which answers you counted as correct. Probably want to see if there's, maybe a possibility that they misspelled it or something like that, so I can click manual grade, and it looks like that is what happened. I would say that's pretty close to Raleigh, so I'll accept that answer, and then that'll count it as being correct, so I can fix that grade for that student so they're not too upset. And now we see that it says 100. Yeah, there it is. And you can also turn questions off, so if you think if the question's unfair, or I don't know, any reason you'd want to disable a particular question, you can click that and do that, or delete or edit them. So I'm going to show you one more thing, and that is the grade matrix, if you will. And I say it's a matrix because each activity that you have in this class will be listed here as a column, and you can see what each student scored on that particular activity. So just a cool overview of like the grade book essentially. So, and of course you can filter out, I can get rid of all the entries by typing in something that's not listed on here. So, and I can also only show grades if I want to, or only show the names, or whatever. So it's really cool. And that is the last thing I wanted to show you, so I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on demo day.